Inside one of the pen houses where the chickens that are grown enough to lay eggs are kept, the chief poultry farmer here, a veterinary doctor by training, Dr. Musa Alassa, looks back on his journey in the poultry industry.
Year 2000, that is when we started. Manual pen of 3,000. Where we expanded with manual facility, manual cages, up to 2005, where we now started automating the farm. So we started breaking down, demolishing the manual pen and turning them to automated facilities. These are relatively young birds. This one, they are doing almost 90% production right now. And we have this particular pen has a capacity of 25,000 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiers. So we have the manual bed below every tier. So where the dropping, the feces drop onto. This is the egg tray with the egg bed. All the eggs go to a particular point where they are picked. So you don't need to, the attendant don't need to move around to be picking eggs. We are getting 22,000 eggs, 22,500 eggs from here every day. That's what we are getting right now. Because of their age, they are still relatively young birds. And the nutrition is okay, they are healthy, they are not sick.
We have 120,000 birds. From the time the birds are gotten from the hatchery to the time they are stocked in, we make sure that the biosecurity is upheld. Because if at any point in time the biosecurity protocols are breached, we could have outbreaks. Then we talk about the water sanitation. You have to make sure the birds are getting very clean water. We sanitize the water regularly. We make sure the pens are very neat. Most times we make sure that the tanks, the water systems are washed at least once every week. The feed, we make sure that from the processing in the feed mill to the time the feed is discharged in silo, the feeds are handled properly and as neatly as possible. Even the silos are disinfected often, all trying to reduce the disease load. Once we notice we have ill birds, the attendant brings them out of the cages and we like to evaluate the health status of the birds. Sometimes it could be Newcastle, sometimes it could be a bacterial disease like maybe colibacillosis. Once we can evaluate, if we believe that bird is not so contagious, we can keep it in the isolation pen for a while. But if it's something that we suspect that it is the beginning of an outbreak, immediately we have those birds called.
I'm sure you don't perceive much odor here. It's because of the system. We move the manure out every day. At the far end of the pen, there's a button you press. This manure bed, all of them will start rolling towards the other end of the pen. So where they drop into a cross conveyor. And that cross conveyor will take the manure and drop on a standing tipper below this cross conveyor. And once we evacuate all the manure, the tipper dries up to go and dump in the dump site.
Indeed, there are more poultry farmers like Dr. Alasa who have huge investments in the industry, with their farms in closed sheds and houses, ventilated round the clock through fans and coolers.
We have about 550,000 commercial layer beds. We have 70,000 broiler breeders and 55,000 layer breeder. We're getting about 10,800 crates per day, with our hatching capacity of about 1.2 million. That is both the broiler breeders and the layer breeders per month. We have a staff strength of about 1,800.
The Poultry Association of Nigeria estimates that in the early 1960s, poultry farming grew from a modest population of about 700,000 chickens to an estimated 40 million. Currently, the poultry industry is set to employ over 4 million people. Through their collective efforts, the farmers got the rating by the Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO), which puts Nigeria as the #1 egg-producing nation in Africa, recording an average annual growth rate of 4% between 2000 and 2012, when output reached 640,000 tons.